former brother Callistus. I am obviously the baby in the group here, you know. And I've been a monk for quite some time, but not like, you know, Father.
70 years, yep.
70 years a monk, Father Methodius.
71 years.
Who is, you just passed your 92nd birthday?
In May, 6 months ago.
Makes me feel like a kid. But he was one of the builders of this beautiful historic monastery, this church.
I like to tell people I was on every concrete pour from the foundation up. I wasn't there for the foundations were poured by the first ones who came. An incredible run. I don't know how they did it. They were here. I came here 5 years after the foundation of the monastery. And the foundations were finished. We built on them, so from there out, I was on every concrete pour. See, I took over the architecture at 22 foot 4 inches up, which is the bottom of the upper windows there.
So, Father Methodius, I heard something about using color in the glass was a special approval by the bishop. Is that right? Like, you had to get special permission to use color in the glass?
The Abbot General.
The Abbot General, okay.
Who is our head of our order in Rome.
Okay.
And he was a Frenchman. And he just got back from Africa to visit us here. And he came into the church. And at that time, I think just about that time I'd been told that I would be doing the stained glass. And so I could, consult. I said, what can we do? Well, he says, well, it was June, I think, or July. Intense, yeah, very hot. And he just come from Africa where he didn't bother him. He came here and he just, could hardly take it. And he said, yes, you got to use color. He just cut down the amount of light coming in. So that was kind of our mandate. We go ahead and use
a special dispensation to do that, but traditionally,
there was no color in the Cistercian glass.
And then,
but the Cistercian glass was, you couldn't keep the artists down. The Cistercian artists, that did the glass made very, very intricate designs in the lead, and so our design is very simple. It's hard to be more simple than this, but we did use the color that to bring some interest.
The place of stained glass in what we do, and what we do basically is prayer and contemplation, and obviously, a church is liturgical worship, community worship, public worship, individual worship. But the stained glass played an important part in what should I say? The mood, it creates a mood, and that exterior thing that we see reflects what's going on inside, And so stained glass was just the opposite of the distraction. It kind of helped along by creating that mood, Of course, when we go into parishes, like you said, you see all these sceneries and the water scenes he talked about in that other church, And the first thing people notice when they come in here, we don't see that, We don't see John the Baptist or the feeding of the 5,000, none of those scenery, except for that, as you pointed out. That's the only thing you see here, But that simplicity, which is part of what we're about, it helps in that whole prayer process, that meditation process, creating a mood, which is what it's all about.